I'm Amy Cherry. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, here to wow ya.
Be vocal and vote local, because our local races are so important. That's where decisions are made that affect your life right here in your town where you live.
It's primary day in the state. Florida is a closed primary state, but all registered voters may cast a ballot at his or her assigned precinct in nonpartisan races.
So if any of those nonpartisan races any candidate receives a majority vote, those don't go to the general. So we need at least 1 out of 4 people to be interested in their governance here in Flagler County.
Supervisor of Elections Katie Lenhart is hoping for a relatively high voter turnout.
I would really like to see 25% for this, and I know that's not sounding like a whole lot, but the last gubernatorial primary, we only had 19% turnout, and we're really trending to hit that 25%. So as long as we can get everybody out on election day to vote and those vote-by-mail ballots returned to us, we're going to be on track to do that.
Lenhart says every vote counts, and they've taken steps to ensure their voting systems are secure. The polls are open until 7 a.m. until 7 p.m. Live elections results coverage here on WNZF News Radio 94.9 FM starts at 7 o'clock.
This portion of WNZF Local News, a service of the Daytona Beach International Airport. Fly to the Big Apple in a New York minute on JetBlue from the Daytona Beach International Airport.
A Palm Coast woman is facing aggravated animal cruelty charges after authorities say she abandoned 3 dogs for more than 2 weeks. John Arking reports.
25-year-old Rochelle Ann Lopez Colon was arrested Sunday and charged with 3 counts of aggravated animal cruelty. Lopez Colon came to the attention of authorities when a next-door neighbor at a home on Richmond Drive heard repeated barking and called 911 after finding 3 dogs that appeared neglected with no food or water. Investigators say there was evidence of prolonged confinement and the dogs were emaciated. Lopez Colon was identified as the primary caretaker, and when called by Flagler County Sheriff's Detective Annie Conrad, told her she had not been to the Richmond Drive house since July 30th. She claimed to have called the Humane Society and told them about the dogs, who she said belonged to her estranged husband and another person, and had promised to bring the dogs in, but was involved in a car accident and had no way to transport the dogs. Sheriff Rick Staley said that was no excuse for essentially leaving the dogs trapped without food or water for more than 2 weeks. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm John Arking.
2 Flagler County firefighters head west to help combat wildfires. Tony Magoo has more.
Ronald Titus and Justin Thomas received deployment orders alongside other emergency personnel from Florida to help battle wildfires in the western U.S. Our firefighters are highly motivated to help wherever they're needed to protect lives and property. That from Fire Rescue Chief Don Petito, who said they're sought after because of their specialized training, but the experience they gain on deployment will be brought back to our community. Titus was originally deployed to Meeker, Colorado to serve as assistant crew boss of a 20-member team battling the 6,000-plus acre Cabin Lake fire. This past weekend, he was demobilized from Colorado and reassigned to the Britannia Mountain Fire in Wyoming. Thomas was deployed to Redmond, Oregon for frontline firefighting. Titus has worked for Flagler County Fire Rescue since 2011. This is his 6th deployment and the 2nd time he was selected for a leadership role. Thomas joined Flagler County late in 2014, and this is his 2nd deployment. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Tony Magoo.
The Intracoastal Waterways cleanup mascot has a new name. The Dolphin will be called Finn after nearly 550 residents voted for their favorite. You can still join Finn in cleanup efforts Saturday, September 8th to remove trash from the Intracoastal Waterway, its walkways, and canals. The cleanup starts at 8 a.m. and there are prizes for the most unique or strangest piece of litter. Sign up is recommended by September 5th to ensure they have enough supplies ordered. And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Amy Cherry.